evening and welcome to the Youth Opportunity Center's 25th anniversary dinner. Thank you for coming to help us celebrate this important event in the life of our organization. As I was trying to think of something meaningful to say to you, our friends and family, donors, supporters, vendors, board members, and most importantly, our diligent staff that work so hard on behalf of these kids that we service on a daily basis, the best I could come up with is thank you. Thank you for all that you've done to make this possible. And now it's my honor to introduce to you the person that made this all possible, our founder, visionary, and the person who sacrificed to bring us all together to do great things on behalf of kids, retired Judge Stephen Caldemeyer.
Every story has a beginning and an author. The Youth Opportunity Center's story was authored by one man, and it was written with passion, determination, and sacrifice. Frustrated by limited treatment options for the youth that came before his court, Judge Stephen Caldemeyer saw a need and wanted to do something for families and children in this community. Something to help minimize the multi-generational problems he was seeing on a daily basis. His work as a judge led to a passion for the youth he saw in his courtroom. His tenacity to fight for the children of our community is legendary and astounding.
I think because when I was in law school, I didn't particularly like law school. I didn't want to make a lot of money and live on the big house on the hill. That didn't matter to me. I had marched in civil rights things in Alabama and Mississippi, and that's where my social conscience was. And it came from my father, who was a professor of history, and my mother also. And I swore that when I got out of law school, I was going to do something to try to change this. And I got into the position of circuit court judge that had juvenile jurisdiction, and I thought, we're better than here. I think that's what's born in certain of us, and I think it was in me. I just wanted to see kids have a chance.
The Delaware County Children's Home was the only facility in the county for placing at-risk youth. Built in 1907, the Children's Home needed significant updates and offered no educational or treatment services for the youth placed in their care. This home, which provided dormitory-style living, was becoming more inadequate with each passing day.
There was a children's home that had about 40 kids in it, but that wasn't because of anything other than they didn't have parents or needed a place to stay. The rest of the kids were shipped out to White's, Ladoga, Gibalt's, private institutions. We didn't have any educational facility in the old children's home. We didn't have any counseling to speak of. It was just a holding place.
Judge Caldemeyer had a vision to bring all the key agencies together to help kids through collaborative partnerships. Meeting in restaurants with potential partners, he would diagram his vision on a napkin to illustrate his vision. A new treatment center that would meet the needs of our community and the state's most vulnerable children. He spent countless hours sharing his vision, investing his own time and resources. Accomplishing something as significant as the YOC came at a sacrifice.
I was a visionary. I could see it. I'd take my plans to places and nothing was built, and this is what it's going to be. And I think a lot of people accepted that. I didn't know that it was going to come up out of the ground, but I'd bring people out here and take them through. And juvenile probation came under me, and I'd tell these people what it was going to be. When they were remodeling Colonial, I'd march them through there.
In the late 1980s, the Friends of Youth Opportunity Center was created. Through this committed group, raising financial support became the focus, and Judge Caldemeyer's vision ultimately became a reality. The YOC accepted their first residents in June of 1992, and the campus has grown steadily over the last 25 years. Today, the YOC is an award-winning, nationally recognized residential treatment facility that employs over 450 dedicated team members. Every day, the YOC team helps Indiana's most vulnerable children and families transform their lives. This work is not always easy, but with care and determination, the YOC goes above and beyond to make sure kids receive the care and attention needed to be successful.
You know, life's ever changing. You don't know what's going to happen 25 years from now. All you can do is give the kids a good conscience and a good sense of responsibility. I learned one thing from dealing with kids, that they respect honesty and consistency. I suppose in all my time working with juveniles, that's all I've learned, but that's a lot.